1, 2, 3. Yeah. Somebody pulled out my somebody pulled out my cord. I'm guessing it's the kids, so there is that. That's better hearing now. Good morning. I was wondering about. Okay, let's do this again. Everything all over again, guys. Bam! The late adopter. The second time. Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do this show every single day, 9 a.m. Central European Time, Monday to Friday. Why? Because we gotta know what's happening, Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. Guys, you might be wondering, hey man, today's Sunday, what's up, what's happening? Well, not much is happening, I'm, awake, don't have anything better to do, so I was like, hey man, let's do a, Bitcoin stream, why not, to see what's happening in Bitcoin right now, so we're gonna talk about that. And what I did say while I was muted, there is only 14 likes, there was 7 likes before that, there is right now 14 likes there. So while I go through the chat right now and call out your names, you need to hit the like button when I call your name, okay? And everybody else also hit the like button as well. So let's see who's in the chat right now. Muapue, Brian, hi, how you doing? Captain, hi club, M21, dobro jutro, how you doing, man? AKS, will be a good stream. So many coins have broken out. Yes, many coins have broken out, but many have not broken out as well. We're gonna also check that out and see what is needed actually to beat to break out. 25 SUD, hello, how you doing, man? Bloxville, France, yeah, France, how you doing? Deep Singal is here, yo mate, yo, how you doing? Edward, too, good morning all, how you doing, Edward? Sheen Waller, good morning sirs. Ronnie is in the chat, short time baby, yeah, might be, not quite sure, but we're gonna look at his chart over here, so we're gonna see what's happening up there as well. I'm sleepy, lol. Captain is sleepy, 2 a.m. where she is, so there is that. Giga, hello people, how you doing, man? Muted. Giga, Edward, Alex is in the chat, Vinal, Renee, who more? Snood is in the chat, Aaron, G, Tis Verbund, Tadej, AKS, Zijin, John Antonio Moya Martinez. I'm guessing you're from Mexico. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it does sound like you're from Mexico or somewhere around there. Mark F, mute my guy, Morris, Aaron, Marco, DDG, First Last, Wayne of the Jedi, the mute adopter, Marco Shakira, Aaron, yeah, too many you mute, you'll have to start your speech again. Yeah, lead B, yeah, I did start my speech again, so there is that. Stem, Morris, and everybody else about muting. Doesn't matter. Guys, hit like button. If you haven't hit the like button, there we go. We are getting some, nice moves on the chart. So we're gonna see what's happening up here. Just let me check this out. Captain shared a photo with me. Cha-ching. Bitcoin long of Captain. Captain's Bitcoin long is right now 28% up. Nice, Captain. Very nice. TA time. Yeah, TA time. I got my coffee. I actually woke up very early today. So, there is that. So, the coffee is definitely needed. Papa. Okay, guys. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about a little bit about what's happening with dollar index. We're gonna see this chart over here, what we are looking at right now, and we're gonna also check some altcoins. We're gonna see what's happening with Ethereum, and we're also gonna check out some altcoins to see is everything actually breaking out. Are we at the top, or are we actually right now going towards upside? Are we breaking towards upside? So what we're gonna start with over here is this Bitcoin chart over here that you're seeing. This is 1 hourly time frame, and the way I actually drew this, let me just remove these lines a little bit up here, we had 2 touches on the downside, and then we broke this towards downside. Now this can also be drawn something like this up here, depends on how you look at it, right? But if you drew it like this up here, it does look very nice when it comes to these, these stops hits up here. So it looks like we are hitting these right now, the resistance line up here on this rising wedge up here. And there's another line that needs to be broken actually for this to go down. So that's this line up here. AKS, welcome to your fans club, elite club. Enjoy the green name, enjoy the emojis. Join the Telegram chat, definitely. There is a link down in the bio on the YouTube channel. Under the community tab, there is a Telegram link there for the TF fans clubs. So, you know, join that. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. AKS. He enjoys tea. So over here, it does look like we are coming to some kind of top. Now, this can, you know, this can of course go both ways. We've seen before that rising wedges tend to break towards upside during some bullish markets. This can definitely break towards upside. I'm not saying this cannot break towards upside, but if you see it starting, you know, losing before, you know, we already lost this line over here, so we start losing this line down here. There is another trend line down here that goes something like this, but if you start losing both of these lines, that's below 21,000, something like that. If you go below, I would say below, right now, below 21,100, give or take, on the downside, that's actually very, very bad for Bitcoin, because this entire move towards the upside is kind of breaking the trend on the downside. We already started doing that over here, the way I see it. Right now, we are trying, you know, pushing it more towards the upside. But if you, you know, the first warning signal will be breaking this trend line over here towards the downside. That will be the first warning signal. The second warning signal is down here. And if you don't get the message by then I feel sorry for you. But right now, I think we are coming to some kind of top. We can also go all the way up here to some kind of something like 21.9, give or take, over here at the top. And if we break towards the upside, this can actually be quite bullish for Bitcoin and just might explode towards the upside. So you can see here, you know, we have two lines that we need to break on the downside to actually be bearish. Right now, we are actually still bullish and everything is responding accordingly. That said, let's check out some moving averages up here. What you're gonna see on the moving averages up here, that we are above all moving averages on the 1 hourly time frame, on the 4 hourly time frame, above everything. We are getting a little bit extended from away from the moving averages right now. Not such a big deal up here. We can just consolidate a little bit here for, you know, 48 hours and then continue to pumping towards the upside. It's by no means any kind of very big, you know, extension or something like that. On the daily time frame, we managed to stay above the 10-20 moving average yesterday over here. Very nice close towards upside. We still haven't broken this high up here. We are doing that right now, but we are not yet there yet. We need this daily close to close there, and then that's gonna be the you know, the big move. That said, the 50 moving average is still a very, very important level to watch for right now. That 50 moving average is sitting at 23.4. 23.4 down up here. That's a major resistance. I don't think we're gonna break it on this move up here. I'm a little bit unsure whether this move entirely will go all the way up there. It definitely can go up there. I mean, we had big candles before. I mean, this is not something unlikely that can happen, that we can go very, very fast towards the upside up here and then pull on the downside. But everything depends on, you know, what's happening right now with this with this rising wedge. Are we gonna break this rising wedge towards the upside? Because if we do break towards the upside and manage to close above this green line up here on the daily time frame, that's around 21.5, 21.6, give or take. If you do manage to break and close above this line up here at 21.6, that's actually going to be very bullish, and I definitely can see, you know, a bigger move up to the 50 moving average. We said that this accumulation phase is not going to be very, very standard up here. This is already very much confirmed that these bottoms and these tops right now are very much confirmed. So this you know, sideways trading range up here is already happening. So you can definitely right now break through upside and change the direction and do something else, right? It can also go a little bit on the downside. When it comes to indicators down here, there is we have divergence on the chart. You know, it's not by any means we don't have divergence because this, let me just move this back. We don't technically have divergence because this is actually moving towards the upside. Let's see up here. No, it's not actually moving. It's actually moving towards the downside. I actually put the line at the wrong place. It should be up here at yeah, it's still at 26,000, but the price is actually moving towards downside while the RSI is actually moving towards the upside. So we got a slight divergence on the chart, but you know, it only needs to break and close above this level up here. It only needs to break and close above this level up here, here 21.6 on the daily time frame, and this divergence will be invalidated. But right now there is slight divergence on the chart. On the other hand, right now we also have the momentum is falling towards the downside, but that will also be invalidated if we continue pumping towards the upside. This will also be invalidated if we continue pumping towards the upside. So even this you know, momentum divergence up here is can be invalidated. Both MACD and the RSI are lagging indicator, and they tell us something about other than the price, than what the price in the future is gonna be. But right now I think you know, we are coming to some kind of top that we need to break. and whether we're gonna break that top or not, that kind of depends. And everything, the way I see it, everything depends on this rising wedge up here, on this rising wedge. A very important rising wedge up here, especially this resistance line up here at the top. I think it's very, very important. So the only way we're gonna get to that 50 moving average or something like that is if we break this towards upside. That's right now around, you know, 21, 22k, depends on when we get to that level. Let's say 22k up here. 22k, that's very, very important. As long as we are below 22k, nothing's happening. This has to happen also on the bigger time frames, like 4-hourly or 4-hourly time frame, or even daily time frame up here towards the upside, to actually, you know, start closing up here to actually confirm some kind of breakout towards the upside. Right now we don't have that breakup. Right now we are just, you know, hitting this resistance 2 times up here. It looks like it wants to break on downside. If it starts breaking below this trend line over here, it might just go and break this one, and by that time, you know, it technically, you know, the trend did change. Right now the trend is still towards the upside and everything is nice and dandy. There is one more thing I want to show you before we go into some other types. You can analyze this because I didn't analyze it that much, but these 2 moves do look kind of similar to me over here. And if you remember this rising wedge up here, I don't remember how we drew it. This rising wedge actually broke towards the upside. So right now the question is, will this wedge up here also break towards upside or not, right? That I think that's the big question right now. So, you know, we have to wait and see. But it did it once before, it can do it definitely again. But you see what happened last time, we exploded and pulled back down. So if you do explode up here towards downside and we, you know, create some kind of extensions, it might just pull back down again. So, you know, you need to be careful about, you know, that happening. Let's go to the weekly time frame up here on the chart, and just look at it quickly on the RSI. And what you're gonna see on the RSI down here, let's go to another chart, is that these levels down here on the RSI on the weekly time frame have never been hit before, and we've been staying down there for right now for 3 weeks. We are the lowest of the lowest when it comes to the RSI, so this big move towards downside is pretty significant towards downside. And, you know, it's really hard to think anything else than this has to pull back a little bit. So if we are gonna go towards downside more, if you're gonna see some kind of 10k or 5k or whatever level you are looking at, the only way this can actually happen is if we actually consolidate for a long period of time, pull this up to some kind of, you know, 40-50 levels up here towards the top, and then dump on the downside, either sideways, more sideways move while this pulls back towards the upside, or, you know, pull back up here and then more towards the downside. That's the only way we can actually push it back down again. We still don't have any kind of divergence or anything like that on the chart, so there is that. And the reason I'm talking about this is because Crypto Svensson, not Crypto, what's his name? Svensson. What is his name? His name is Svensson. Not this guy. Svensson, yeah, Kevin Svensson. Kevin Svensson was talking about RSI yesterday, daily RSI levels. And if you look at the daily RSI levels up here, what you're gonna see here, there is a, you know, very important resistance up here around 50 level on the daily RSI. And when you look at it on the chart up here, you'll see that up here we are, you know, hugging the 50 moving average, then we drop down, then we went sideways up here while this pulled to the 50 moving average, then we went down. Right now we are going sideways again. This is pulling back up here again, so of course people are thinking we're gonna have another move towards downside. Now this could be true if, you know, the history repeats itself for, you know, entire eternity and stuff like that, but it doesn't do that. We don't have to go down here. We can just go up here. We can, you know, make a new high up here. We might break the trend because we are at some kind of bottom, but this move towards downside is very normal over here that's happening, so people are, you know, might be looking at some kind of lower levels down here. Let me show you how this actually played out before here in 2018. You'll see that it's a little bit different over here, especially in this accumulation phase down here, because we got extended very down, much down downside. And while we are consolidating up here, this actually at one point right over here on this pump towards the upside, we actually managed to break, you know, we came to 58 level up here. We came, you know, a couple of times up to 58, but especially, you know, this continuation towards the upside up here where we explode towards the upside, this was pretty much okay. This is pretty much done, you know, this downtrend on daily time frame is pretty much done. So what I'm looking when it comes to RSI right now, if you're just gonna follow the RSI, is something like that to happen over here. So right now on the daily RSI we are keeping this, you know, 50 levels or something like that, right? But if you see Bitcoin moving back up there again, you know, and getting above the 50 RSI level towards upside, it just might mean that we are done with the dump. And even though it pulls back, it's gonna pull back to the 50 moving average, and that this up here is technically an uptrend and not a downtrend. So that's what we're actually looking for. So we are looking, when it comes to RSI, we are looking to actually break this 50 level towards upside. So that's gonna be very nice if that actually happens. We are not quite there yet, but we are at some kind of resistance. Now when it comes to the trends and altcoins and stuff like that, over here you'll see that this trend is not yet broken. We get a higher high up here. To break the trend is somewhere around 22.7. Now if you look at the moving averages up here, 50 moving average, you can see that maybe this 50 moving average is going to go a little bit something like this, and then we're going to come up here, hit this, you know, both of the resistance at the same time, and then break to the top side, because right now we have a big gap between the price and the resistance up here, even this trend line over here. So technically we are not breaking the trend yet. On Ethereum, you know, on the other way, on Ethereum we are actually breaking the resistance. So you can see that down here we create two nice pivot points up here, and we are right now breaking this towards upside. Let me just check the RSI up here. Yeah, you can see RSI on the daily time frame. This is already going towards upside. Over here, this is some kind of 50 level up here, give or take. Right now we are at some kind of 60 level, so this is already kind of broken towards upside. It can pull back a little bit towards downside, something like that, but it's already breaking towards upside. Now Ethereum did break the trend. It did not break the big trend up here. Let me pull the line somewhere up here, give or take. Something like this up here. It did not break this trend, you know, this bigger trend yet, but this downtrend, this you know, this stoppage up here, it did break towards the upside. So it has chance actually to break right now this secondary trend over here. Now when it comes to altcoins, it depends on what kind of altcoins you're gonna look at. Over here we did not break the trend. Cardano did not break the trend. Qcoin token up here, let me see up here. Qcoin token right now, the way I see it, did break the trend right now towards the upside. Let me show you up here, because what we are doing, we are just taking the two last pivot points to see if, you know, the latest trend is broken, and over here it does look broken. Sand did not break the trend yet. You see the two latest the touches. Up here on Tron's a little bit different, but it did not break the trend. Polkadot, let's see Polkadot down here as well. Just the two latest moves. It looks like it is breaking this very short, but what we are looking for right now is this latest trend, this last trend that's created by the two last pivot points, and this trend is being broken. Let's see some other ones. ApeCoin up here. Let's check out ApeCoin. ApeCoin hasn't yet broken the trend. Mana right now looks like it wants to break, but a little bit unsure of whether we are done with it or not. Did not break it yet, but they are very close to breaking. Very close to breaking. Does not mean that it has to break it. Ethereum did break it. Bitcoin did not break it. Some coins has, some coin hasn't. It's a little bit you know, shady right now, but it can, you know, this can, you know, for whatever reason suddenly just pump towards the upside, you know, and there's that. Again, the thing that's happening on Bitcoin is of the utmost importance. Let me see up here. Not this chart, not this chart, not this chart. Where did I draw this? Maybe we need to draw it again. Up here there was, of course, the trend. I'm just gonna pull, you know, memo lines up here for because reasons. Up here, something like that, give or take. And right now, you know, the question is whether we're gonna break this towards the upside. I think something like this up here, whether we're gonna break this towards the upside or not, or you know, we're gonna start breaking this trend right now towards downside as well. I cannot, you know, this downtrend as well. Then there is the, you know, the secondary trend up here and so forth, and we have to see how this actually plays out. But whatever Bitcoin does, that's probably gonna, you know, tell us the next direction. That said, if it does break up, you will see a lot of these coins that are on the resistance starts breaking the resistance towards the upside. On the other hand, if Bitcoin starts getting rejected, everything that's right now at the resistance will get rejected as well. So there is that. The last thing I want to talk about is DXY, because we mentioned in Telegram yesterday, Mladen especially, and we are looking at the daily time. We are looking at the on the monthly time frame on the and try to find some nice lines on the DXY. And there was this one line very nice up here, and you can see right now it's hitting this almost on the dollar. I went even as high as 6 months, but you can see here on let's go to 6 months up here. It is a very nice line, hitting these stops up here, depends on where you draw top. The target is 110 give or take. Maybe it might be even right up there right now. Maybe we can actually move this down here or something like this and get a little bit better line. But it does look like we are coming to some kind of top on the resistance up here, and the question is whether this is gonna hold or not. Now if you look at it another way, if you look at it a little bit differently up here, this looks to me like a rising wedge. Now keep in mind this is a 6-month chart, so during the year you only get 2 of these candles. So this actually just started right now, this 6-month chart, so there's five months left for this candle to close. But it does look like we have some kind of top up here, and we hit 3 hits up here. We have 1, 2, 3 hits on the downside. So the question if this is gonna pull back a little bit and then break this towards upside, it's just gonna break towards upside and continue. But rising wedges are bearish patterns by nature, and it can actually go down. Now this can actually of course take a lot of time, a lot of years. This is just to get back down to the bottom range might take what's that, 7 more years towards downside, because right now you're 22, this is in 29. It's a long-term charts, but I'm just mentioning because it can give us some sense of what's gonna happen next. If you pop the moving averages on a 2 monthly chart, what you're gonna see here is extreme extension between the price and the moving averages. So thinking that this is right now gonna break towards upside continue is very, very unlikely. So the most normal scenario right now is some kind of a hug up here and then move towards downside. This move towards downside might fuel our bull market, or at least another pump towards the upside. Down here there are extreme extension as well. Up here you'll see that on the 2 monthly chart, these high levels up here don't happen that often. Up here. Over here we had a pullback, over here we had consolidation and stuff like that, but right now we are very extended. Having a big extension and then hitting a major resistance is very unlikely to break that. So yeah, I think the DXY right now is coming to some kind of top. Bitcoin is already at some kind of bottom. The correlation and correlation there might indicate that we are gonna pull up right now, and we already see a lot of bullishness in the market. Yesterday I said in the chat that I'm a little bit worried about shorting anything right now, because even though we are not dropping that, even though we are not pumping that much, it does not look that bearish, guys. That doesn't look that bearish, and everything kind of slowly breaks the resistance level. Even though you are bearish and you think you gotta go down, it still doesn't go down, right? It's still slowly climbing. The pullbacks are actually very, very bullish pullbacks as well. Yesterday, if you remember, we were talking about this rising wedge up here. Sorry, 4-hourly rising wedge. Where was it? 4-hourly rising wedge, something like this up here, right? Give or take. This is what we have been talking about yesterday, and we said that this pullback out here, we are looking for some kind of pullback all the way down, back down to 20,200 or something like that, but we didn't even come close to that. We came to 20.4 and bounced off of that, which is very, very bullish. Right now we are still hitting this resistance up here right now, creating this higher top up here. Will we right now break this trend over here downside, then drop on the downside? That depends to be seen. So I'm looking for this break on the downside to see what's gonna happen next. That's the biggest thing. Also, there is no divergence on the 4-hourly time frame. Let's see 6-hourly time frame. There is no divergence or anything like that. Everything looks fine and dandy, looks bullish, going up. There's that. I'll open a short at 22.2. Rising wedge will tell us all we need to know. Yeah. Jones trendline a bit starting from 24.7. The XY weekly divergence on the RSI. Yeah, the XY definitely should have some kind of divergences up here. Yeah, there is a huge weekly divergence up here on the RSI on the weekly time frame. Yeah, so we already know that it's hitting some kind of top, and with these divergences, just more confirmation that we are getting very, very close to this, this top up here. I'm all about having a big extension. Monthly charts I can go more down, not on weekly. Yeah. So that's basically as well, you know, what I'm looking at right now. I think although Ethereum did pump towards the upside, you know, everything can actually go even more towards the upside. You know, still a little bit unsure. And you can see here, even on the 2-day chart up here, Ethereum is breaking towards the upside. On daily chart, Ethereum managed to break above the 50 moving. It is strongly bullish. It is very strongly bullish, but you know, it depends on when we get this pullback, because nothing goes, you know, straight line towards the upside. Everything depends on the pullback down here, of course. But even this move, you can see that previously up here, we did the same move up here. We did something like this, move towards the upside and then pull back down. Right now we're doing the same thing up here, kinda, and you know, the question is, if we are strongly bullish, this is gonna break the resistance up here and, you know, have another move towards the upside. But you know, in any other kind of scenario, this would be, you know, a move towards the downside, not actually a move towards the upside. But depends. How's Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance like? What do you mean? You know, we are analyzing Bitcoin dominance, but not Ethereum dominance. No, these futures. So Bitcoin dominance has been going down for a while right now. It's still going down, which is good for altcoins. That means the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, which is very nice, especially when Bitcoin goes towards the upside and dominance goes towards the downside. It's very good for very good for altcoins. That means that altcoins are pumping like crazy. So that's very good. But over here on the daily time frame, it just looks like a consolidation phase up here. This will be happening since May 2021. Just up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's see a little bit bigger time frames up here. Let's see on a monthly time frame. So it went from dominance of 73 down all the way down to some kind of 40 levels. Is Bitcoin dominance gonna fall down even more? It just can't do that, because right now I think everybody's buying altcoins, not many buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just for hodling, you know. Maybe that's that. I don't know. I have a hard time analyzing the dominance, Tether dominance. Dominance counting many stablecoins too. Yeah, I know, but it pumped a lot. Yeah, it pumped like 10%. I don't know. Is there some Ethereum? I don't know if there is any such thing as Ethereum dominance. BTC though is a thing, and on the daily time frame you'll see that up here. You know, Ethereum is right now, you know, outperforming Bitcoin. Over here, the question is whether Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin in the long run. I think it will actually do that. Let's see up here 2-day chart. Well, technically it is outperforming Bitcoin. If you look at it like this, like it is in some kind of rising, rising. Maybe some kind of triangle, and then breaks up here and just explodes towards the upside while Bitcoin goes. Who knows, man? Who knows? Dobro jutro, Mladen. On the monthly DXY is dangerously close to breaking the 220. There's hardly any resistance from here to the top. Yeah, but it is extended. You know, that's a very important thing to know. Anyways, guys, that's it. What I had for you today. You know, on a Sunday. I hope you enjoy your Sunday. You know, it's it's not nice day here, you know. Everybody's talking about global warming in the world, and there is, super heat all over the place, except in Norway. In Norway, it's rainy, it's cold. You cannot go swimming because the water is still cold. It needs time to heat up. It's, it haven't been warmed in ages up here. And every time we get any kind of temperatures up here, it's like 20 Celsius degrees or something like that. So the worst summer in history in Norway, by the way. I don't like this global warming stuff, man. I don't like it. I mean, for me living in Norway, it's not a good thing, man. It's not a good thing. Freezing in Tasmania. Yeah, but you're on a different, different side of the earth. Treba kava. Okay, guys, there's that. We need to start trading again. So I'll see what I can do about that. Tonight. Boiling in Barcelona. The Arsenal. Good night, Captain. And everybody else, 37 UK tomorrow. Wow, that's hot. But that's good. You can go out swimming and, you know, enjoying the weather. And at night, you can relax. You know, I come from, originally from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I come from a town called Mostar. And in that town, you know, the average, if you think former Yugoslavia, the town had the highest average temperature throughout the year in the entire country. And also had the most sky-free days during the year, so the temperatures could rise up to like 40 Celsius degrees. And you know, we would go out, we would go to, you know, maybe during the biggest heat wave, we would go inside the house, but you know, we survived. Everybody survives. Like, people are like, oh man, it's 40 Celsius in you know, London, people are dying and stuff like that. Yeah, but like, it's been 40 Celsius, you know, in a lot of countries, you know, for a long periods of time, and you know, they're still living there, so that is, you know, all good. I wish there was 40 Celsius degree here in Norway, so I could go swimming or something like that. Moderate and pleasant in Belgium. Yeah, that's the best kind of temperature. Moderate and pleasant. If it's too hot, it's bad. If it's too cold, it's bad. I was very young. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. That's it for me. Join KuCoin, guys. Get the gems while you can, while they're cheap. You know, it's too late to buy during the bull market. It's too late. You buy when there is blood on the streets, and when people say there is no blood on the streets yet, don't believe them. Not a financial advice. You do with your money what you want to do with your money. Okay, guys. See you around. Thanks, Aaron. Bye-bye. Join KuCoin, guys. And Binance. Get 20% off the fees and join our TFNs community. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.